Short intro for hour. Video presentation.
Hi, my name is Felix Lagarin. I am the one of 3 reporters from Group 1. The human person in the environment. Lesson objectives. At the end of this lesson, the student should be able to probe into the distinct frame on gaining valuable insight regarding the human person in the environment. 2. Demonstrate the virtues of prudence and frugality towards one's environment. 3. Appreciate the beauty of nature and construct argument on the pros and cons of effective human ecological cause. Interactive works. Search for Louis Armstrong's song, What a Wonderful World, or Padre Eduardo Hontiveros' Kahanga-hanga. Listen and sing the song all together. Question. How did the song regard the environment? How did the song see the human person in the environment? Louis Armstrong 1967 song What a Wonderful World talks about the glamorous and beautiful feeling that nature provides to human. This song expresses a wonder and joy at just being alive, at realizing that there is a beauty to be found in almost every aspect of our existence. Question number 2. What is the tone of the song? The tone of the song is optimistic tone with regard to the future, with reference to the babies born into the world, and having music to look forward to. Question number 3. Which lyrics serve as most meaningful to you? The lyrics serve as most meaningful to me is true colors of the rainbow so pretty in the sky. That the rainbow shows that the storm is over and clearer, easier times are ahead. That even with faces circumstances or problem, there is a rainbow show up to be sign of hope for us.
Good day everyone, my name is Dondon B. Mauricio from Castel 4 and I am the representative to report the introduction in philosophy. Eastern sage probe nature's depth intuitively through the eyes of spiritual sage, while Greek thinkers viewed nature through cognitive and scientific eyes. The speculation of the pre-Socratic philosophers represents a paradigm shift, a change from the mythical explanation of the origins of the cosmos to a more rational explanation. Paradigm shift means a change in the worldview, a change in how reality, truth, and facts are viewed. An example of a paradigm shift is when the Catholic Church and medieval scholars mistakenly thought that the world was flat, until Magellan and the Age of Exploration proved this view wrong. These philosophers looked for the underlying laws of nature itself. They wanted to understand scientific progress by studying nature itself, and not by listening to stories about the gods. Though not as sophisticated in the 21st century standard, the pre-Socratic philosopher represents the first intellectual and scientific attempt to understand the origins of the universe. One of the most prominent philosophers of nature is Lao Tzu. One does not reject the world. Chuang Tzu, the most elegant representative of the Taoist school, believe in nourishing nature, returning to destiny, and enjoying nature. Chuang Tzu left transformation to things themselves. Though Confucians have been critical of Chuang Tzu and was much rejected by Chinese thinkers that since the 5th century, no outstanding scholar has ever propagated this doctrine. Preserving nature in the Philippines. Kung makikita nyo itong view sa Philippines. And then sa South China, ganito naman ang itsura niya. There are two main frameworks, the anthropocentric model and ecocentric model. The anthropocentric model is based on the premise that humans are essential and central to the universe, whereas the ecocentric model highlights the ecological or relational integrity of humans that provides meaning to our morals and values. Kung makikita nyo dito sa table ng anthropocentric model, nasa pinakataas ang human, wherein ito ang pinaka-essential dito. Dito naman sa table ng ecocentric model, nature ang pinakamataas dahil ito ang pinaka-importante or pinagpopokusan nila. To find, classrooms cannot set aside the importance of aesthetic as well as the environment that suggests valuing that includes aesthetic appreciation, enjoyment, relaxation, satisfaction, calm, peace, social interaction, growth toward holism. and self-understanding. Our limited understanding of the environment opens a need for philosophical investigation of nature, applying aesthetic and theological dimension as well as appreciating your philosophical reflection on the concept of nature itself.
Hi everyone, my name is George Manuel and I am one of the three representatives of Group 1 and this is our summarization about our topic, noticing disorder in the universe. The domination of humanity is linked to the domination of nature based on the anthropocentric model. From this view, it follows that human towards nature is justifiable in order to satisfy human interests. For example, quarrying or cutting age-old trees could justify our exploitative attitude towards nature. And here are the example of abuse in nature by human. In this first picture, we can see that it is nature or trees versus the machine. And this picture shows that mining, and this picture show illegal logging and greenhouse effect. Environment, environmental impact of instrumentalism. Current researcher by Zimmerman Elgin, to name a few, exposed the environmental consequences of international political economic. Concept and indicators have been used to understand environmental impact such as carbon footprint. Nature is not valued for the future survival of human species per se, but it is invaluable in itself. Unlike the changes brought by the by the evolutionary process, human intervention have swift and even violent effect on nature. A study from the World Wildlife found blame human activities for the drastic decline in wildlife population. Due to hunting and fishing, 52% of wildlife population deteriorate whether nature can adapt to these changes and self-renew becomes a debatable issue. Ecologists challenge us to adopt a lifestyle that involves simple living that honors the right of all life forms to live, flourish, and create a rich diversity of human and non-human life. For ecologists, the right to live and blossom should not only be for human being, but must be also valid to all form of life. The relationship of the indigenous people with the environment is thus spiritually and mentally strengthened. You can see here we have a pie graph that represents the carbon footprint has 8 categories: construction, shelter, food, clothing, mobility, manufactured goods, services, and trade. Here in the pie graph show that 17% services, 36% travel, goods 18%, food 7%, home 22%, which is equivalent to 100%. Here are the guided learning activity work, interactive work. In your opinion, how can you protect, preserve or conserve and restore our environment? You can further assess your answer by planning a nature walk or a gardening activity. How can you promote a human person in the environment through a nature walk or gardening activity? B. Conceptualize your design if you choose gardening. If you choose nature walk, ask your teacher to suggest a safe place such as La Mesa Dam. Number 2. Based on the image of disorder in the universe or in the environment, how do you understand what is improper, disorder? Are you happy with what you see or experience in nature? How will you organize or improve the environment or world that you belong to?